Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're studying for a Microsoft certification right now, you should watch this video until the end because 2026 is the biggest shakeup to the Microsoft certification portfolio since they introduced role-based certifications back in 2018-2019. Here we are talking about multiple retirements, new exam codes, certifications being renamed, and the thing running through all of this is the same: artificial intelligence. Microsoft is rebuilding the whole map around AI as the default assumption for every role: developer, security engineer, data scientist, architects, all of them. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the complete picture. What is staying exactly as it is, what is retiring when, what is replacing it, and the 4 brand new certifications that launched in February 2026 that I think most people haven't heard about them yet. So let's get into it. A quick foundation before we get into the changes. Microsoft structured its Azure certifications in 3 levels. We have fundamentals, associate, and expert. The fundamentals, like AI fundamentals or Azure fundamentals, don't need any requirements, don't need any prerequisites. Most exam codes are 900 and it's accessible to anyone. Then we have associate, and this is, I think, where most engineers live. This requires real hands-on experience, for example, AI administrator or developer or AI engineer. And on top of that, we have experts, which usually requires an associate certification as a prerequisite. In this category, we have solutions architect or Azure DevOps engineer or cybersecurity architecture. So that structure isn't changing. What is changing is what lives inside it. Let's start with what you don't have to worry about because a lot of Azure portfolio is staying exactly what it is. At the fundamental levels, we have the AZ-900, which is Azure Fundamentals. This stays active. There is no retirement announcement. The no replacements. If you are just starting with Azure, this is a good starting point for you. DP900 or Azure Data Fundamentals stays the same. There is no retirement announcement. Same for security and compliance. SC900 stays the same, stays active. So you don't have to worry about all these 3 900 fundamentals. At the associate level, we have Azure Administrator Associate or AZ-104. This stays active. This is one of the most widely held certifications in the Azure ecosystem, so this is not going anywhere. In the same category, we have Azure Network Associate or AZ-700, and security with SC300 stays also active. At the expert level, we have AZ-305 or Azure Solution Architects, stays active. Same for DevOps Engineer Expert or AZ-400. Now the part that you actually came here for. There are 6 Azure certifications retiring in 2026. So let me go through each one with the details that matter for you. AI-900 or Azure AI Fundamentals retires on June 30th of this year, but this one works a bit different from the other ones, and it's because the certification itself doesn't go away. So the name Azure AI Fundamentals stays. What Microsoft is doing is replacing the underlying exam with AI-901. So the new exam is updated around generative AI, Copilot fundamentals, and modern AI agents. Azure AI Engineer Associate or AI-102 retires on June 30th, and the replacement is AI-103, Azure AI Apps and Agents Developer Associate. This one is more than a rename because AI-102 was about integrating AI services like form recognizer, cognitive services, and so on, while AI-103 shifts this scope toward agentic AI application development. So in this one, the assumption is that you are building system with agents, not just calling AI service endpoint as you did it in AI-102. This is the biggest one for most of the engineers in this audience. AZ-204 or Azure Developer Associate retires on July 31st, and the replacement is going to be AI-200, Azure AI Cloud Developer Associate. The scope change here is significant because 204 was about building solutions on Azure, app services, Azure Function, storage, Cosmos DB, APN, and so on. But AI-200 assumes that an Azure developer jobs now includes building and integrating AI capabilities by default. Which capabilities? Azure OpenAI, Microsoft Foundry, vector databases, AI pipelines, and so on. One important clarification is that 204 is a prerequisite for the expert DevOps engineer. So once it retires, that prerequisite path changes. If you're chasing the AZ-400, factor this into your timeline now. AZ-500 or Azure Security Engineer Associate retires in August 31st, and the replacement is AZ-500 Cloud and AI Security Engineer Associate. The naming shift, this isn't just Azure Security anymore. It's Cloud and AI Security. The new certification expands this mandate to include securing AI workloads, model environments, and the AI supply chain. Defenses for prompt injection are now explicitly in a scope for a security engineer certification. DP100 or Azure Data Scientist Associate is not listed in this poster because it was already retired on June 1st, and the replacement is AI-300 Machine Learning Operations Associate. The scope expansion here is significant. DP100 was about model training, evaluation, and deployment, but the new one, AI-300, adds MLOps lifecycle governance, CI/CD pipelines for models, drift detection, observability, and infrastructure as code using Bicep. Before we move on to the new certifications, I want to clarify something that causes a lot of confusion. When a certification retires, it does not get deleted from your profile. So it stays on your Microsoft LAN transcript. It is always online verifiable. People can still confirm that you had that certification. What changes is that you can no longer take the exam or renew it after the retirement date. So let's say that your AZ-204 expires in 2027. You can renew it after July 31st. Either renew it before the date or plan the transition to AI-200. And this is critical. There is no automatic migration to replacement certifications. If you have AZ-204, it does not mean that you will get AI-200 automatically. They are completely separate credentials. You have to study and pass the new exam like everyone else. Now let's talk about what Microsoft is adding. February 2026 brought 4 new AI certifications to general availability. These are brand new, no replacement for anything. They split across 2 audiences, technical professional and business professional, which itself I think it's significant because Microsoft is explicitly certifying non-technical roles for AI now. Technical professionals, we have AB900 and AB100. AB900, Microsoft 365 Copilot and Agent Administration Fundamentals, has no prerequisite. It validates your ability to configure, secure, and support AI-powered Microsoft 365 environment. If your role involves administering M365 environments, this is now a real credential that you can point to. AB100 or Agentic AI Business Solution Architect is an expert certification, and it validates designing and leading AI-first enterprise architecture like multi-agent orchestration, integrating Copilot, Microsoft Foundry, and Dynamic 365. So this is where Microsoft is pushing solutions architects who want to lead AI transformation programs. For business professionals, we have AB730 and AB731. AB730 or AI Business Professional validates using generative AI and Copilot to improve workflows without writing any code. Think managers, analysts, and operation roles can take this certification. So Microsoft is explicitly creating a credential lane for non-technical professionals. And AB731 or AI Transformation Leader, executive level positioning, and this one is about defining the AI business value, integrating AI solutions across an organization, and leading company-wide adoption. If you are in a leadership role driving an AI transformation program, this credential is for you. Here's my honest summary of all this. 2026 is not the end of Azure certifications, it's a hard pivot they are making. As you saw, the stable core stays as they are. AZ-104, 305, 700, SC300, those are not going anywhere. What's changing is the role of specific tracks where AI has fundamentally changed what the job actually looks like. So if your certification plan was set 6 months ago, I think now it's time to revisit it because those exams may have a deadline that you didn't factor in. So if this was useful, just drop a comment below. What certifications are you currently working on? And subscribe for more content like this. Bye bye.